The Houston Rockets might actually be one of the most intriguing teams in the NBA, which is quite funny to say because 2 weeks ago, they couldn't even buy a win. Like, if you were the other team and you saw Houston as the next game on your calendar, yeah, that's a win. Let's check it off. Let's go to the next one. But they are currently on a 5-game win streak. But what worries me about that is 5-game win streak, as soon as Jalen Green goes down. Like, I'm not saying Jalen Green is the issue or nothing, but the fit with KPJ has been iffy. And I hope they can figure it out because we all know how talented of a scorer Jalen Green is. Like, we all know that it was the second pick in the draft. But anyway, I hope they figure shit out when he comes back from injury. But they have had great production from the likes of Christian Wood and Eric Gordon, which, to be fair, is expected because they're both very solid NBA players. But surprisingly, Jae'Sean Tate and Garrison Matthews have seriously stepped up. Like, Tate right now is playing like 16-17 Draymond Green, and Garrison Matthews is playing like JJ Redick. I'm talking about Sixers and Clippers JJ Redick. But anyway, Tate's giving you around 17 points, 6 rebounds and 5 assists, shooting around 54% from the field. And you know it's Jae'Sean Tate. You're getting the defense night in, night out, so we already know about that. And Garrison Matthews is giving you around 16 points per game, shooting 46% from 3. And that floor spacing has been very key for the likes of Tate, KPJ, and Chris Wood, because they need space to work. And Wood is a competent shooter, but the likes of KPJ and Tate aren't the best shooters, so his floor spacing has proven to be very critical, hence why they are now winning. And going on to KPJ, his field goal percentage is still very low, but he's turning the ball over less and he's facilitating. That is a massive plus because we know KPJ can score the ball. We saw this last season. The man dropped 50 against the team that won the championship and arguably one of the best defensive guards in the NBA. We know he's scoring talent. So the fact that the ball's not going in the hoop now is less of a worry, but the fact that we're seeing growth in the playmaking area is a massive bonus. But what I do want to talk about is the likes of John Wall, Chris Wood and Eric Gordon. Why am I going to talk about those 3 players? Well, the Houston Rockets are currently in a rebuild phase. What does that mean? Not that they're not trying to win, but losing, they're not going to really be bothered by that because they're going to get a high draft pick. Because of this, John Wall currently isn't playing. Do I think that's the right thing to happen? No, because John Wall is a very serviceable NBA player, and as much as the injuries have hampered his speed and ability to get to the rim, he's still John Wall. We saw last season he can still give you 26 plus assists. We know what John Wall can give you and the defense. So keeping him out, the idea of that is to help people like KPJ develop and benefit, but is it actually benefiting the team? Because no one's going to trade for John Wall in that big-ass contract right now. So what I think they should be doing is playing him, selling him even more that, look, John Wall can still play at this level, especially when a lot of guards this year are struggling, and then you can potentially sell him to a team like the Clippers. But holding him out, all that's going to make you do is buy him out in, 2 months' time? And if I were the Houston Rockets, I wouldn't be against doing it. But hey, I'd rather trade someone for assets instead of just giving them away for free. Then you've got Christian Wood. And I think Chris Wood's a very interesting one because I really rate him as a player. I think he's a very good NBA player. I won't call him all-star level, but he's a very, very good power forward center in this league. So what do they do with him? Now, he's got 2 years left in his contract. I believe he's a free agent in 2023. And should they be in a rush to trade him? No. But if they're not going to overpay him to stay in 2023, because I think that's what they're going to have to do because there's going to be a lot of suitors for Chris Wood in free agency, I would trade him now. Because with 2 years left in his contract, his value is at the utmost high right now, and you can get a decent return. What type of return am I talking? Like, this hasn't really been rumored, but hey, the Golden State Warriors are doing right now. If they threw them, I don't know, Wiseman, Moses Moody, a couple picks, maybe 1 pick or 2 in exchange for Chris Wood, I think that's an equal return because James Wiseman fits the timeline of the Houston Rockets and has a lot of upside, and Chris Wood fits what the Golden State Warriors are trying to do. He spaces the floor, he's a good interior presence, he's a good rim protector, and he can shoot the 3-ball. So I feel like that would be very beneficial for both sides. And then Moses Moody is a throw-in. You know, he can develop maybe in the G League or even get some minutes and battling it out with Josh Christopher. And then you've got Eric Gordon. I think Eric Gordon will get traded because he's been playing this season extremely well. He can still shoot the 3-ball. He's still a great defender. Can still be a great secondary ball handler. And he's proved that this season. So finding a trade partner for him won't be too hard. But I'm more concerned about John Wall, maybe Chris Wood, because I can see a situation where they do not trade Chris Wood, but then they're forced to overpay him because, hey, they don't want to lose him for nothing. But at the same time, Chris Wood would rather get less money from a contending team then a decent amount of money from the Rockets. So the only way he might stay is if they overpay him. And is Chris Wood worth 20 million? I'd say so. Is he worth anything above that? I'm not too sure. That's up to them to decide. And then John Wall, just play the man, because as I said earlier about Jalen Green is a score-first guard. KPJ is a score-first guard. Yes, KPJ is working on his facilitating side of the game, but Jalen Green has been suffering quite a lot because of this. What can John Wall do? Yes, Wall will get his shots up. We all know what John Wall does. But he's also an elite playmaker. And having that next to Jalen Green, in my opinion, will open the floor up a lot for him, as Jalen Green will be forced to ISO I can't even speak English. Will be forced to ISO the... But as I was trying to say, Jalen Green will be less reliant on ISO to get his points, because you have a player like John Wall next to you. He's a great facilitator. But I'm not going to put all the blame on Green, because Steven Silas does love to run a lot of ISO, which I don't agree with, but hopefully he does change that. And to be fair, he has cut back on that and in the past few weeks. But as I was saying, John Wall just made Jalen Green's buckets much easier. I'm making focusing about putting the ball in the hoop and not too much about, oh, I need to create my own shot. But anyway, to summarize, going back to Eric Gordon, he's shown he's still a very good NBA player, although his contract is quite big. I believe it's between 13 to 16 million. Don't fact check me on that. But his contract is quite large for his age. But he's shown at the age of 33, 34, I don't know how old Eric Gordon is, 32, that he's still a very good player, can defend, can shoot, can be a secondary ball handler. And a team like my Sixers, because I'm a Sixers fan, I'm not saying we trade for him, but I'm sick to death of Danny Green. And like I said, I'm not saying that's a trade package, but he's shown to many contending teams that, look, I'm still a very valuable asset at my age. And a lot of teams will be interested in trading for him, so that's not really an issue. But my issue is John Wall. Like, just play the man. You've got Jalen Green injured right now. You're winning. John Wall's not going to make you worse. He's just going to make you win more. I know they don't want to win, but think about this way. Maybe John Wall might get you a few more wins, which might push you back a few spots in the draft. I don't know. It could be. That might be what they're thinking. But I'd rather do that than have to buy him out in 2 months' time, then stretch it over, 3 years, paying off John Wall. Then I'd rather play him now. A team might bite on him, trade for him, and you might get a second-round pick plus another big contract in return, which, in my opinion, is a win. And then Chris Wood, that's more of a luxury. You know what Chris Wood can do. He's a baller. You can keep him if you want. You can trade him if you want. But yeah, I ain't really got much to say. Thank you for listening to the video, and I'm out. Peace.